Hey everybody, how are you? This is Amanda and Megan with Rialanas of New Orleans. It is right at about 1 o'clock and we're jumping on today to do what we call Consignor 101. So we're going to talk through all things about consigning and the sale and the process and really try and break it down for you. It may be a little bit long, bear with us because we really want to go through the steps, 5 steps to consigning, demonstrate some things and walk you through it to hopefully be of help to you along the way.
Lots of good info for returning consignors as well as new consignors.
That's right.
So yes, we're going to take it section by section, digestible bites, that you can either join and watch with us now or hit it on the replay later as you're processing and you can really get a clear picture of what you're doing.
Maybe you're on your lunch break or maybe you're already ate and you're joining us. So we're happy to be here today. Okay, so first thing we want to do is kind of kick off with a contest. I want to go ahead and give something away. So what we want to do is go ahead and comment. Let us know, are you a returning consignor, new, kind of where you are in the process. Have you started? Do you have that pile like we do? We have piles all over our house. Our husbands are like, oh gosh, when is the sale? But we're getting there. We're getting through the process. So let us know where you are. If you haven't started yet, that's okay. A lot of people start right before the sale, which is pretty much the norm anyway.
Sure.
So just comment, let us know that. And then what we're going to do also is if you can go ahead and enter 100 items. So 100 items into the database, whether you're new or returning, by, let's see, Sunday at noon. We're going to give away a launch party ticket. That value is $45 for our kickoff first tier access where you get
in 2 people.
You get in 2 people. You get to shop early and first. So if you can do 100 items by Sunday at noon, and if you have already started and you have items in there, we'll go ahead and count you in for a chance as well. And for every 100 items, you get a chance. So if you have 300 items already in, you'll get 3 entries and you'll increase your odds of winning.
Yeah, and we'll give away that launch party ticket as well as our super awesome
our pink bag.
Our Rialana tote bag, which is like, when I say tote bag,
massive.
It's huge. So it's great to use as a shopping bag too when you're there. So you'll get that launch party ticket and that awesome
you can hold
reusable
all of your
bag.
Yes, that's right. So go ahead and enter to win. And also, just briefly, we just wanted to tell you a little bit about consigning with Rialanas of New Orleans. So our consignors earn 65% of their sold items, and then they have the ability to earn more by referring their friends. So if you're consigning, go ahead and tell people. And if they sign up and consign a certain number of items, you'll get a little perk there. And we'll go ahead and put all of the referral information and a bunch of different things in the comments so we don't overload you here with more information than we're already going to do.
Yes.
So that's a perk. And then you also get to shop early. You get a pre-sale pass to come in with consignors on Saturday at noon. So that's a perk as well. You get your check immediately. You also have the option to donate anything that's unsold, so you can give back to the community if you choose to donate your items. So we love that about the sale as well.
And if you do choose to donate and discount your items, you get that shopping bump. So instead of shopping in the free tier with consignors at noon, you get bumped to the gold level at 10 a.m. So that's another incentive to just, in times right now after Ida and everything, it's just a great opportunity to donate to the local community, anything that doesn't move.
That's right. Awesome. Okay, y'all, so we're going to go through what we call the 5 steps to consigning. So we're going to, Megan's going to kick you off and I'll kind of help and we'll demonstrate the different ways to label things and how to prep your items and hopefully get you motivated to start.
Yes.
Or continue.
Yeah, exactly. So number 1 is register to consign. So a lot of people call and say, I want to consign, what now? Well, what you're going to do is you can either go to neworleans.rialana.com. And that's Rialana singular, not Rialanas. So neworleans.rialana.com. And there is a tab right there for sign up to consign. So you can do that. Another way you can do it is on our app. The app is a super easy, easy to use, user-friendly resource. And I highly suggest everybody get it. It's also fun to track your sales during the sale.
Yes, that's another big
from there. Yes. So when you sign up to consign on the website or the app, it's going to ask you a couple questions. It's basically our little training session. Yeah. And it seems like a lot of text at first, but you just have to read through it real quick and choose the correct answer. And it's going to give you a consignor ID number. It's also going to give you a batch number. So I'm going to give you kind of a breakdown of what each of those mean. So your consignor ID number is like your name. Exactly. That is how we know who you are.
ID.
That is your ID for every sale moving forward. So if you're an existing consignor, you've already got that ID. You can keep using that sale after sale after sale.
Right.
Your batch number is what you're entering in that specific day on that batch before you close it out to get your barcodes. So I know that's a little confusing if you've never done it before, but really the main thing you want to take away from your registration is your consignor ID number. It will automatically give you a batch number. So you don't have to open another batch when you're ready to open, when you're ready to enter items. You just use that batch number that it gave you. When you're using it on the app, you will log into the app. You just search it in the App Store or wherever you get your apps, just at Rialana. It has the little pink little girl with the shopping cart logo. It says Rialana. You're able to choose that, and then it'll come up with all the states that have Rialana sales presently. You'll go ahead and click Louisiana, and then you'll see all of the fabulous Louisiana sales. Scroll down to the very bottom. New Orleans is the last one. So you go ahead and click New Orleans. It'll ask, are you registering for the New Orleans fall sale? You say yes. It'll give you the information right then and there. Then when you're in the app, and this is for existing and new consignors, when you log into the app, on the top of the screen, it'll have, general information. Tab in the middle will say consign, and the tab on the right will say schedule. So the schedule will give you all the dates of drop off and sale dates and all the details. And then when you click that consign tab in the middle, it has a bunch of nifty information right there. Consignor links, that tells you your how-to videos, all different kinds of resources there, signing up for drop off, all of that's in the consignor links. And then the second tab is voice entry, and that's what you'll hit when you're ready to start entering in your items. So as we go through this, step one, register. You may have some questions. You can drop them in the comments, and we'll always get to those after the video. But yes, register number one. Second step to consigning is gather your supplies. So supplies also sometimes seem a little overwhelming, but it's one trip to Target and you will knock everything out that you need.
Make a little basket
to get started. Yes, we like to use little baskets when we're ready to.
For everything.
Yeah, when we're ready to start entering items. So, Mandy, what do we got?
Yeah, we have a ton of different things that you're going to need. So typically you're going to need safety pins in multiple sizes. You're going to need like larger ones when you want to hang jeans to hangers and that type of thing. We have our string tags, little clump of them here.
Yeah.
But what you're going to do is when you enter your items, and when you're finished, you're going to print barcodes, and they are going to be on a label sheet, and they're going to adhere to this string tag. So we have a certain size minimum that we require. If you have a tag that's a little bit larger, that's definitely fine, but we just can't have anything smaller because we need that barcode to scan. So when somebody comes to the register to buy all of your lovely items, we have that barcode and it's scannable. So string tags, we've got blue painter's tape, or masking tape, very important. We're going to go through how to mark your items with your consignor code. That's very helpful. We have, Sharpie, scissors, zip ties in multiple sizes. We're going to recommend use zip tie shoes and that type of thing. We also have this really cool, I got it off of Amazon. It's like a saran wrap almost.
It's a shrink wrapper.
Shrink wrap. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word.
Shrink
and
wrap.
You just can when you have puzzles that are like block puzzles or pieces and you don't know how to package them, you can use a Ziploc bag, or you can just use this handy roll and just roll it up. Kind of tape it and wrap the puzzle.
It's really good for Melissa and Doug, like those sound puzzles.
Exactly.
And you don't want to have to bag the pieces and people can't really see what it is. So if you do
shrink
that
wrap
quick wrap and it looks beautiful and it sits up nice.
It's in handy.
Absolutely.
Just in general.
Yeah.
Okay, and then also I don't think I mentioned rubber bands. You can rubber band books, and I don't know, I use rubber bands all the time. So we just have a basket full of the supplies, so it's really easy access, and once you have it, you can just kind of go to town with everything. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Sharpies, zip ties, rubber bands, pins. All the goodies, so get yourself a consigning basket.
Yeah, we also will put
and
information in the comments too.
Ziploc bags.
Ziplocs. Small, medium, large Ziplocs.
That's right. You'll find a use for Ziplocs for everything.
Yes.
Easy to write with Sharpie on them as well. So
okay. So then we're going to prep our items.
We are going to prep our items. Okay, so we're going to start going through the different categories and things that hopefully you have to consign. So large toys. Okay, let's see if I can get this in the view. Here, we have this awesome little stand table. Can you see?
Yeah.
So what we would do for this, we definitely need to make sure that everything that requires a battery has working batteries. So when you come to check in, we'll turn it on. It's going to talk to us. It's going to light up. And we're like, okay, this is good. This is great. It works. We do have masking tape right here. Let's see. If you can see that, it's got the consignor code and the price. So we recommend that you do that. In case this string tag should happen to be pulled off with people handling it or whatever, we can look it up by your consignor code and hopefully have a better chance of selling it if that tag falls off.
And so just real quick, this tag that's on here, guys, this is it's hard to see, but this is the barcode labels that she mentioned.
Yes.
we offer that as a service to you. We print those full color labels for you. We will have a variety of drop-off dates. So when she says, you know, you can print them at home, you're absolutely able to, and that label is one of our supplies on the supply list.
Exactly.
Or you can just check the dates on when we're doing early drop-off, and all you have to do is have your batch completed by that time, and we'll automatically print it for you. You can zoom right up, and we can hand you your labels. That way,
at home.
That way you can label all your items at home. So at drop off, you're just coming in for the quality check, and it makes
really
it
recommend that too. Yeah. It's really a great way to do it. Okay, here's one other big toy. I'm just going to share real fast. This awesome rocking horse with the masking tape, and you can see the string tag as well. So you put the consignor code, the price, and it's good to go. Okay, let's see. Small toys in a bag. Okay, so if you have any toys that are themed, if you have like Shopkins or whatever it may be.
Little tiny, you know, the ones we all step on.
Oh, you know, basically.
Lose parts.
Yes, so this is a kitchen set. So you got, you know, some cookies and some pots and pans. You want to just put it together in a Ziploc bag. You can put the masking tape across the top. The tag is actually inside of it. And then the consignor code as well, and the price. So you just want to put like items together in a Ziploc. And we have like little hooks and things, or we might have a basket where we put all of these types of things in. So that's what we wanted to show you there.
And I did want to mention the larger items, like the little table she was just showing. It did have a little phone accessory.
Oh, yeah.
The items do need their accessories that they came with. So that one was just taped down to it. We'll also show examples of how you can zip tie extra parts and pieces to a toy. For example, like a shape sorter. You can put the shapes in a plastic bag and zip tie it to it. So all, you know, they're ensured they're getting a complete.
And trust us, it's so much better to do the prep work on the front end. You have a better chance of selling it, so like something doesn't fall off. So it's really important to go ahead and take that step.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see.
Another large item. No, it's hard to see, but like the little baby bouncers and stuff. These are our top sellers, y'all. The pack and plays, the cribs, the bouncers, the high chairs, the strollers, all of that good stuff. So you can see I've got the tag pinned here. We've got the masking tape is on the bottom that has the consignor ID and the price. And then this is battery operated. So we turn it on, make sure it's vibrating and making the noise, and we are good to go.
That's really cute.
I know, I love it.
Okay, baby gear. Okay, so books. Let's look at books. I think you have like a little holiday set over here. Okay, so for this one, I think it's like 3 or 4, just soft Christmas holiday books, and they're themed together. So if you can try and do that, if you make a bundle of books, and we used 2 rubber bands across it.
It's hard to the glare.
Yeah, it is hard with the glare, and you just kind of put the masking tape and the consignor code on it as an extra step as well. But the rubber bands really do work well for books. Books are handled a lot. People are looking through those racks, so it's just an extra step.
Yeah, and you're able to put them in a plastic bag if you want, like a baggie, but we find they're just much more shoppable.
That's right. You can see
in the rubber band. So we just put one around the top, one around the outside, and like Amanda mentioned, this is a bundle. So instead of putting them all like the same way you would see in a library, we like to turn the cover on the back one too. So you can see, oh, okay, this is the littlest elf and 5 busy elves, and there's another one in there, and you know kind of what you're getting. And then just the masking tape right here with the tag and your consignor number. So,
and that reminds me also, Megan, okay, so about bundling, we have a minimum price of $3. So if you have a single book and you're like, this isn't necessarily a $3 value, you can put it together and bundle it. So keep that in mind as well. Bundling is a really helpful way. Just put a couple of things together. It may be $3, $4, and you're good to go.
Yeah, and we'll talk about pricing in a little bit too.
Yeah.
Pricing is one of those things that takes a little bit to get the hang of. I know
Once
that's the part.
Yeah.
I'll like prep everything, and then I go to enter, and I'm like,
what do I price this at?
It takes me a second.
There's a method to the madness.
Yeah, now we're seasoned pros, and you guys will be too. As soon as you start to enter items and kind of look up, okay, what did I buy this for? Okay, now I know this.
And I think through it.
But yeah. Okay,
next. Books, puzzles. Let's see. Puzzle back here. Okay, well, this one's a puzzle in box. It's not like a shrink wrapped one that we mentioned. So again, same thing. Masking tape, consignor code, and the barcode. Yep, and you can also tape around the side so it does not get opened or it doesn't fall open. So we have
something good to mention with puzzles, guys, is you need to count the pieces. Okay.
Yes, you do.
People are expecting high-end, full, complete items here,
really
and that's what you guys want as shoppers as well. So just make sure that you are counting those pieces. If you have them in a bag, in a box like that, you can also just bag them inside just to make sure nothing like slips through or anything. And then as she mentioned, the shrink wrapping of the big wooden ones or anything that is not actually in a box. You can also do plastic bags for puzzles as well. I know we've talked about this before, but there's wooden puzzles that like have the little lid that slides open.
Oh yeah, that you can't see into it.
And they come like 5 different like Paw Patrol puzzles or 5 different, you know, PJ Masks. Exactly. What I've done, and it takes a little effort, but it does make your items sell, is print a little picture of it, of the puzzles. You can find it online that came with it, because usually those things come with a loose picture, and then every mom gets rid of it because the kids know what it is.
It or whatever it
is. So printing a picture of that puzzle for the top of that wood box would be perfect, and then you just tape it closed and you're good to go.
That's right. Okay, this brings us to new inbox, or like even for clothing, new with tag items. Which
factory wrap.
Super awesome. I mean, you'll find a lot of this, and we're going to be right before the holidays, so we hope you'll come shop the holidays. And look at this. This is a New Orleans Opoly. We thought this was so cool.
I love it.
For any of those Monopoly fans. Oh, we do have a little bit of glare. But yeah,
that's just our ring light to make us look cute.
When we struggle a little bit, we need a little bit of extra help with the lighting. So, yes.
Yes, but for games, same thing. Just make sure you have all the parts and pieces. I know I was like, oh, I've got this Don't Crack the Ice game, and I only had one of the hammers.
Oh,
yeah,
shoot.
I was like, oh, okay.
You know you're going to find that hammer somewhere around the house.
I'm sure.
Okay, so that's puzzles, new box. Let's look at shoes before we get to clothes.
Shoes, yes.
Okay, so let's see here. You have the
I have a few
zip
different,
tie.
a few different examples. So, same kind of thing we mentioned with books. Shoes are one of those things that they just sell better when you can see them and they're not in a bag. Sometimes they have to be in a bag. It just is what it is, because there's not a way to connect them.
This is a bag example.
Yes, that's a bag example. These are Velcro cleats, and they're brand new and they're gorgeous.
They're awesome, yeah.
But you can't zip tie anything because there's no loops. So for all shoes, you're going to go ahead and put a little piece of masking tape, or look at that.
It's on the bottom.
Masking tape on the bottom of each shoe with your consignor code and the price. Right. You can put the size if you want to. That's not necessary, but you can do that. It makes it easy to shop and pick it up and see. They will be separated by size. So as you can see, this little baby booty has that little lip on the back that we were able to zip tie together, and that not only zip tied the shoes together, but it also zip ties the label right on it. So that's there. And then same with this, right through the loop of the laces, we've got our masking tape on the back with the consignor code and the price. And we're getting our sweet spot.
That's right.
Zip tied together with the tag here.
And we really do find that they sell better when they're not in the bag. So really just keep that in mind when you're prepping your items, because the goal is definitely sell through. You want to sell those items, get a bigger check in the end.
Yeah, even I had some rain boots, and they don't have anything I can zip tie. I took a big safety pin those suckers right through the rubber. Right through the rubber, put the thing on.
Doesn't damage it, yep.
Yeah, it doesn't damage it, didn't leave a mark, so.
All right, let's look at what we got. I guess clothes. Do we have any bundles?
Oh, here, I got some.
Okay. I don't know if we grabbed the bundle, but we'll talk about bundling.
I mean, the Christmas outfits
it's like
coming
a blue
in.
velvet.
So, your clothes, you always want to hang them with the hanger like a question mark.
When you're looking at
the front of the item. Yeah.
Turn it to when you're looking at it. Yeah.
Question mark.
Right.
Yeah. And then the tag to the right shoulder.
Or seam. Anywhere that you think is going to, you just go through a seam so you don't cause any hole or anything.
And that's just safety pins on. It is okay if you want to use a tagger gun. A lot of people use that. Just make sure you're using a thin needle so you're not damaging the garment. Right. But that is a basic look of how you would hang a clothing garment. So pants. You don't need pants hangers to do pants. You can just do the question mark and you take those safety pins. As mentioned in the kind of gather supplies section, we were saying the different sizes.
Right. So
safety pins not only help with bundle, but that just you can safety pin it right to the hanger like that, and it won't slide off, and you know that it's there, and you've got your tag on the right. So same thing, question mark, tag on the right.
And you can use retail plastic hangers as long as they're plastic. So retail hangers. And you can use the pants hangers or the shorts clips or whatever as well. So I just did want to mention that as well. Okay. And then
that's just another
Christmas dress, another example.
Yeah.
Cute smock.
And we didn't pull any bundles, but that is basically where you have one shirt on a hanger.
Yeah.
And it's not quite worth $3, but you have another one you can do 2 for $4. So you put those together with the safety pins, and it's best to safety pin around the hanger if you can. That's what those big safety pins are for, because you can go through 2 shirts and around the actual bar of the hanger and keep it secure.
Exactly. Also, like baby blankets, you can fold them, put them over a hanger as well. Accessories, depends on what it is. Sometimes it can just come in with the string tag and we can use our clip hangers. Or if it's something that like bows, a couple of bows you're packaging and bundling together, you can put it in a bag. We'll attach our accessory clip to the bag and we'll hang that as well. So that's some like kind of one-off type of situations.
As you're going through your clothes,
let's talk about quality.
Yeah, as you're going through your clothes, guys, remember we are not able to accept anything stained, ripped, zippers that don't work, Velcro that doesn't work, holes.
Or even out of date, out of style.
Yes, it just has to
be current.
It has to be current. We pulled a couple examples that we had come across. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on here, but I like to look at clothing in the sunlight. I don't know if you can tell, but right here in the middle, it's got some discoloration, which would be hard to see when you're prepping. So,
it is.
Like we said, just sit by a window. That makes it easier. Sometimes you'll have items entered in and you come and check in and we'll say, we can't take this. It's no big deal. You just take it back with you and we notated on your form that it didn't come in the store.
Yeah, definitely.
Same, there's like this cute little Christmas John. I'm not sure you can say. It's
spot.
got a tiny spot up
so
here.
Cute. What a bummer.
We hate to lose it, but we do want to make sure the quality is high. So, and then we're also going to drop our acceptable items sheet
in the comments.
Just shows you that we're only doing our fall clothes this season, but because we're South Louisiana
and it's so hot, we just went to the pumpkin patch. Shorts, 90 degrees,
sweating.
So hot,
y'all, sweating.
They know.
So we will accept short sleeve shorts, all of that. We're just not accepting anything overtly spring like,
holiday,
tanks, snowballs, watermelon type swimsuits. None of the bathing suits, nothing like that. That's overly Easter, anything like that.
Exactly.
We will accept Mardi Gras. Just
Mardi Gras, Valentine's Day. That's kind of before you get into spring.
Right.
Definitely. Okay, so I think do you mind just showing? I'm sorry, I skipped this earlier, but I do want to show this crawfish pot because this is a multi-piece item, which is really adorable, by the way. But it's got an interior pot and some crawfish, of course, and some seasoning and a paddle, all put together in a Ziploc bag and zip tied to the inside. So it's kind of like a 3-piece, and that's just another way to make sure that those the crawfish don't get like separated from the pot. That would be terrible.
And she's got her masking tape on it with her number and the tag. Here.
That was just one thing I wanted to mention more. Okay, I think we went through all of our examples for the most part, so I guess we can move on to entering.
Entering
into our
and
database.
pricing. Yeah, and pricing.
Goes along with pricing, absolutely.
When you are gathering your items, so you've got your supplies prepped, it's always good to separate your boy clothes and your girl clothes. This is just going to help you on the back end when you drop off, and then separate by size. So that's what I do first. I get everything separated by gender and size, and then you can start tagging, pricing. And entering. The bigger items are the easy items. Games, toys, that's all your easy items. Clothing is not hard, it just takes longer.
So I like to knock
generally. There's more of it, exactly. I like to knock out the big items first because those, if I run out of time, those are going to sell.
Those are your money makers, y'all.
Your clothes are going to sell too, don't get me wrong, but there is an abundance of clothes. So you want to get all your big items in first.
Focus on that if you are running short on time.
So in order to prep, you do everything we just said.
Okay, get everything ready before you enter.
Tape it, put all the stuff, and then you're ready to enter. We find the easiest way to enter is using voice entry on our the Realana app.
Is so great.
The Realana app. So you pull it up and you hit the consign button, and the second thing on there will say voice entry. You can click that and it'll pull up your current batch. If it's not closed out, it'll pull up your current batch and you can start entering items there. There is a specific way you have to say your items for it to enter correctly. But let's just say we're do this bumbo. So we have a bumbo. I would pull up the app, press my little microphone on my phone and say, hot pink bumbo, size nothing, price 8, discount yes. Tap. And that would add it in and it's all ready to go.
So like you said, if
say description.
Price or size. I think that's
you say description, size, price. You always end with price. So description, size,
good way to remember.
Price. Then the discount, yes or no. This is one of those things that goes for some consignors. You will have to say that, and for some you will not. If you choose to discount all of your items, you can choose that on the front end, and then you don't have to say it.
That's right.
So then you would just say, hot pink bumbo, size nothing, price 8, enter.
So it depends on if you make that selection in the beginning or if you're going to individually pick which ones you want to donate.
Sure. And that's another thing, guys. You don't have to discount everything if you don't want to. And you don't have to donate everything if you don't want to.
Which is nice.
So you can choose, like, okay, I know I don't want this Elmo t-shirt back, but I want this smock dress back. Or, whatever you want to do. So you can choose that, and that also kind of helps in your clearing of the clutter, things you don't want. Right
definitely. And as Megan said, if it's a toy or anything that does not have a size, you would just say size nothing. So you would just, that kind of skips that and goes into the system.
So a couple things to remember. The description is how we look it up if you do lose your tag. So that's always good to be somewhat descriptive. So and it can be long. So you can say, for Christmas book bundle and, size nothing, price 5. So that would be your books. Or
you don't want to say like shirt 1, shirt 2, shirt 3, because then if we have to look it up, we have no identifying factor. So you can be very specific.
So this one says yellow polka dot infant shoe, size newborn, price 3. So that would get you, everything in there.
So really try and get those details in.
So clothing, red smocked Christmas gown, size 18 months, price 18, discount, yes. And that would be how you do it. And it picks it up as fast as you say it, y'all. So you can roll through this once you get to the hang of it.
100 items in 30 minutes.
Yeah, you can roll through it.
So we really recommend that.
A couple things to be aware of with voice entry, because it is, tech, and tech has issues sometimes.
A little finicky, but mostly.
If you're putting something in that's Fisher Price, it's going to make the system think you're saying price.
That's right.
So you can just say FP, Little Walker, size nothing, price, whatever. Yeah. So you don't want to say price because of Fisher Price. Any of your large items, crib, wooden Pottery Barn crib, size nothing, price $150.
Or anything above $100, really.
You want to check that price. Yeah. So after it enters in, make sure it entered correctly. Because sometimes when it goes over $100, it'll auto to something else, and then you're selling your Pottery Barn crib for $3.
Right. So we do not want that to happen.
We want you to make sure you're double checking your
and you can just scroll up after you enter it, make sure it translated properly, and you're good to go.
And then as you're entering, it's easy to keep your items in somewhat of an order, because the order you enter it in is the order your labels will print. So when you go to put your labels on, if you have all your clothes lined up, you can just kind of go down the line.
Exactly.
You can also rearrange your items in the app. So after you've entered them in, if you're like, okay, I forgot to put them in size order and I want to, I'm going to go move this dress over to here and this down here, and you can just drag and drop. So that's kind of cool.
It's really easy and convenient.
Cool too.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're good there. So the fifth and final step is going to be once you're done, you're prepped, and you're ready to make a check-in appointment and drop off at the sales site. So we're going to go through a couple of different options. We tried to offer options to consignors for the sake of convenience. First one we have is called Drop and Go. So Drop and Go is going to be on Monday, October 25th. Okay, so Drop and Go, to qualify for that, you need to choose to donate all of your unsold items at the end of the sale. So that's really important. That's a requirement for Drop and Go. If you are donating all, you can sign up for that check-in appointment. Now, you also have to be pre-labeled. So when you do pull in and we unload your items, you
has to be ready to go.
You really don't even need to get out, but we're going to have staff. We'll move you into the store. Yes, it has to be pre-labeled. We do ask, in order by gender and size as well, because we do still need to quality check it, and then we're going to put it out for you. But the big requirement for Drop and Go is donate all in the pre-labeling portion of it.
And remember, if you are one of those consignors that choose to do that, you do get that shopping bump. So you get to shop Saturday morning at 10 a.m. So that's, a big perk of that as
well. For the All-Stars, yes. So if you donate and discount. Yes, that's a good point. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else on Drop and Go we wanted to mention.
No, and you'll just pull up under the covered block. Yeah. Hopefully we won't have torrential downpours like last year.
That's right.
But we have the covered block. You pull up through. We literally take all your items out.
That's right.
And then you're on your way. We will do the quality check and get it out on the floor and get it ready to sell.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so that's on Monday. On Tuesday, October 26th, okay, we have something new. We're excited about it. It's called Curbside Check-In. So Curbside is going to be similar to Drop and Go, but you do not have to donate. You're not required to donate, but you are required to waive what we call the Rihanna's guarantee. So all the guarantee is that at the end of the sale, should something not be in the right place or we can't tie it to your consignor code, you're not worried about it. I mean, you're okay.
If there's
you're
a missing tag,
take your stuff and get your check and you're good to go. Exactly. So there is that little stipulation there. You do also need to be pre-labeled because you'll pull up, we'll get you unloaded, still do the quality check. So we do need your inventory sheet for curbside. So just to recap there, you need to be pre-labeled. You need to waive your guarantee. You do need to have things in order, gender and size, and bring your inventory sheet because we're going to go ahead and look through it and check for you. So that's curbside. So that is going to be, let me make sure, Tuesday the 26th from 10 to 1 p.m. Okay. So we are going to have links to these appointments where you can sign up, and it's really important to make sure you qualify for the right spot and to sign up for the right slot.
Right. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. The curbside is super awesome, and
yeah, it's very
like
convenient.
you said, the only real requirement is to waive the guarantee. We don't have a ton of loss in our sale. We take a lot of pride in finding if something is missing a tab. We have a whole system in place to try and identify what consignor that goes to. But that is a really convenient option for you guys where you just kind of pull up and we grab your stuff and you're on your way. So,
yep, exactly. Okay, so that's Tuesday until 1. Okay, take a little break in there, and then at 2 p.m. we start with traditional check-in by appointment. So again, this is going to be in-store traditional check-in, but you do need to make an appointment. So you would park, you come in first, we'll get you assigned a table when ready, then you can unload all of your items into the store at your appointment time. We'll go through the quality check, and then you will actually put your items onto the sales floor. So that's your traditional way that it was done in the past, in-store, but that is by appointment. And then finally, we have walk-ins on Wednesday the 27th. Trying to make sure I give you the right dates from 10 to 6, okay? So that's going to be, walk in, we'll be at the store, it'll be in-store, traditional. Come when you can, but please be aware of the time. So we're going to end at 6 p.m.
End at 6 p.m. as in all of your items are out on the floor and you are leaving.
Exactly. Because we have a lot to do after that. So make sure you're mindful of that. If you have a lot of items, get in there ahead, leave time for a possible line because it's walk-ins. You may have a little bit of a wait. I don't know how many items you have, or if you're labeling in store, but all of the things, just kind of be aware of it because at 6 p.m. we're going to really need to close down that check-in and get to work for everybody to get the store set.
Yeah, and remember that your traditional consignor check-in by appointment or walk-ins, we can expedite that too as well. If you do the waive the guarantee, we don't have to go through each inventory item on the sheet.
You'll get in,
we just have to do the quality check and get you in and out. So that's just something to think about as well.
And the same with pre-labeling.
Yeah, it just makes it much faster.
If you can get labels from us ahead at one of the barcode pickup days, label at home.
And almost everybody did it last season, and it was really convenient. And we got a lot of really positive feedback from the consignors on how smooth and quick everybody got in and out. So we're trying to continue to offer this world of convenience that we're all become accustomed to with Prime and everything showing up at your doorstep. So we're trying to make everything as easy as possible. And yes, pre-labeling, we print it for you. You don't have to worry about getting the labels, all that good stuff. So just another perk of being a real honest consignor.
That's right. Okay. Also wanted to mention about the discounting and the donating. So of course that is completely 100% your choice. We do highly suggest you consider it. Number one, for the half price discount. Some people come shop just for those days, and I'm telling you, they will look to see, is this item, is it half off? Oh, okay, I'll buy that. And if it's not, sometimes they'll pass it up. So if you really want to move your items out, if you want to grow that check, we really suggest that you discount. For donating, we love this aspect of the sale. We have a foster family shop, so we offer this as a free shopping day to local foster families who have current children in their care. They can come after the public sale. We close down, we kind of reset, reorganize. So anybody that has donated their items, the foster families can shop for free. And then anything left over after that is going to be donated to our local charitable partners like the New Orleans Mission. And we had a couple of smaller ones as well. So consider that also. It's a great way to give back and move your items out at the same time. So,
and it's really, these foster families really appreciate it.
Oh, they were so appreciative.
It was an emotional day.
I know.
When they were shopping, it was really awesome.
They were great. Okay.
I did want to just quickly mention, I know we had talked about it in the beginning, but just to touch on pricing, because
yes, let's talk about
pricing.
It's important.
It's important, and it's hard to know. Like, a lot of people are like, well, what would I price this for? And I always usually say, like, well, what'd you buy it for? Do you remember what you bought it for in a range? Like, did you buy it for $12? Then $3. If it's a $12 item, 25% of that would be about $3. That's what we would charge. in that range. Obviously, if it's new with tags, maybe you try 5.
You can go a little bit more.
You go a little bit more on that. The thing I always try and think about, and it took me a while to get the hang of this, was figuring out how to price my items so that they sell full price.
Right.
And people don't wait for it to go half price.
True.
So like say I'm like,
you need that like sweet spot.
I really want to price it for $8. But I'm like, well, maybe if I price it for $7 or $6.50, it's going to sell faster, and then I won't sell it for $4 at half price. So just think about that when you're pricing. Like, you want to get that sweet spot. A good rule of thumb is that 25 to 35%, as we said, are a little bit higher if it's new with tags,
or a name brand or something,
or
like
a name
that.
brand or boutique items. Yeah, like if you bought a smock dress for $60, you can sell it for $18 to $20, and it's
definitely.
That's a great
deal. Yeah.
That's a great deal, and it's still giving you like a great percentage of your sales. So I just wanted to mention that about pricing, because that's how I always do it. And it does take me a little bit longer because I do Google things. I'm like, I don't know what I paid for this.
Yeah, we do.
What did I pay for it? Google it, see the price. Okay, if I get it new for this, 30%, 25%, and that way you guys know, as the shoppers will know coming in what to expect, because that's what we advertise. So we do ask that you kind of adhere to somewhat of that pricing guideline.
And we'll put that in the comments as well. So we're going to drop a bunch of things in there, the barcode, label dates, acceptable items, pricing, different things like that. So you can have it, all the things in a convenient location for you. Okay, I think we're going to do like a little recap. Basically, the 5 steps. Number 1 is to go ahead and register. Number 2, gather all of your supplies that we talked about. Number 3 is going to be prep. So if you're just joining us, you can kind of rewind a little bit and see how we give examples of how to prep everything. Number 4 is enter. So you'll enter into our database, which is growing daily. We can tell some people are really getting to work. So it's cool.
And enter the contest. Enter your 100 items by Sunday.
Yes. We'll recap that in just a second. And then number 5 is drop off at the sale with all the different options that we mentioned. The contest. Okay.
And, well, really quickly too, when you said prep, I looked over and I saw we've got our wrinkle releaser.
I know, I didn't show that. This is another great little supply item.
Yes, we keep that. Your items are going to sell better if they're not wrinkled. And I know nobody's going to be going out ironing everything, but that really does help.
It does.
When you're prepping, it's good to have something like that. Or even just laying it flat, just making sure it's looking as nice as possible.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And in the contest. So go ahead, comment, let us know. Have you consigned before? Where you are in the process? Are you done? Are you just getting started? Are you putting it off until the last week? Oh, the deadline. The deadline is Wednesday, October 20th. So keep that also in your head. I know Friday's October 1st, so we are moving along.
Rocking and rolling. And keep in mind, guys, that the database is growing rapidly. We are like, woo, excited.
Excited to see.
But the close is October 20th, but we do have some space constraints, so get in your items now, because if
last year we had to cut it.
We had to cut it off last year. We had to cut it off. It got really big. So we have
which is great.
Big goals. We want to go more than what we made, more item count than we had in spring. But there will be some cutoff that we have to get to. So get your items in now.
Yeah. Okay, so comment, like we said, and then enter 100 items by Sunday at noon. And then we'll pick somebody to win a launch ticket and an awesome Rialana's huge shopping bag for all of your good finds.
Yes, and if you've already entered your items, awesome. You will get an entry for every 100 that you've entered. That includes our VIP consignors that we've been processing, as well as our standard consignors that we've seen been entering it in. So.
Well, thanks for watching, y'all. If we have any comments or questions, we always want to go back right after, and we'll answer each and every one, and we'll get those things posted in the comments.
This was a long one.
And I know. Thanks for bearing with us. If anybody stuck with us,
I know
it's a lot of information. So,
but it is a really good tutorial, and like I said, for new or returning consignors, just to refresh and
good reminders
tips on
and
what
tips.
we do. Exactly.
We're learning still every day. We're like, oh, this is a great way to prep this. So, okay, I think that's it. Everybody have a good rest of the week.
Lean in.
Bye.
Bye.